Hey guys, welcome back to Angry Mack Adventures. So this is part 5 of the build and I can say that we're halfway. So I thought I'd just sit down and talk a little bit about the build, what we've done that we haven't filmed, and see what's left. So the plan is to get the trailer done. So I've just got it all galvanized and I'm going to be putting that together in the next week. So there'll be a video on the restoration of the trailer, which will be a separate video to the boat build. We've cut out all the bung holes for the transom, started getting rid of all the holes that we don't need in the dash. Everything's starting to come together, which is really good. Now I've also started doing some work on the hatch. I'll roll on those clips in a second. Package come through, and this is the new boat hatch. So the guy who had it before me, he's just made a checker plate hatch, and I thought, while we're doing all this beautiful fiberglassing, painting, grinding, I thought I'd buy myself a new boat hatch. It's a 510 by 510 for all you guys that have Voyagers out there that might want to put one of these on, because I heard that the original ones aren't that great. But the plan is to measure it and cut it out and fit it in. So let's see how that goes. It's actually had quite a bit of effort put into it. Properly welded, but we're going to take this off, and the size of the boat hatch is 505. So I'm going to measure between here. Hopefully the size is pretty close, and if it is, then the plan is just to grind this down to that height. And if that is 505, I'm just going to put some wood in there and fiberglass it and get rid of this in here, and it should sit pretty well flush with the boat. So the GoPro died on me last night, but I ended up cutting those 10mm strips of marine ply and epoxy filling those in. We're going to sand all these down and cut it to the right size. So in this area here, to strengthen it up, they've used some sort of high density foam. So what I'm going to do is, I've just been chipping it out. I've cut a piece through here, and it looks like it's about 10mm thick, but I've got some 12mm marine ply that I'm going to clamp in there, epoxy it up, and then I'm going to grind out a bigger area and layer up the glass. So that'll give us some good strength in here. And that's the plan. When I bought the boat, my anchor hatch was missing, so I decided to make a new one. So I've used just a bit of cloth to mark a template, and just drawn it on my board. I'm going to cut it out, get it pretty close, so then I can trim up the sides, get it all nice and neat. I want about a 10mm gap between the edges, so I'll make it a little bit bigger, and then we can work our way down. So when we fiberglass it, it'll sit really nicely. Bit of trimming up, that'll be pretty good. So after a bit of smoothing out, that sits absolutely beautiful. Ooh, got ourselves a lid. Cut a little hole in here so we can grab it and open it. I'm going to hinge it, put the hinges back where they're supposed to be, and we've got ourselves an anchor hatch. Is just going to get the 40 grit sandpaper, and we're just going to clean the edges off so we can start bogging this and get it in shape for paint. So that's what I'll be doing at the moment. So like anything, it's all in the prep work, so I'm just making sure that everything's wiped down with acetone before we start bogging. So last minute Billy decided just to have one more wrap of cloth here to bind the back of the transom and the side of the boat. Not sure if you can see that on camera, but that's now been put in. And we're just going to bog the middle so it can dry. And then we can start sanding it down.
Makes it easy. Tomorrow I'm going to give it a bit of a sanding, and we're going to roll some epoxy primer on the back of the transom.
So the epoxy primer really brings out its...
Yeah, so you can see what it looks like, you know.
Really brings out its contours so you can get it nice and flat.
Otherwise we're just blind filling as we go along. I'll just to get rid of this epoxy filler, sputter it up a little bit, make it easy.
So that's an update on the build at the moment. I hope you guys are enjoying it. Like and subscribe if you are. Turn that notification bell on so it comes up as soon as I post it. And I'll see you in the next one. Enjoy.